Hey, Time Slicers, welcome to Slice Squad Spills. I'm your host, Nikki Wildflower. I went from a basement apartment to a multiple seven-figure empire. Now I'm here to share how you can do it too. I gave Jackie no warning. I just started rolling.
Okay.
So she's like, why don't we do this? And I'm like, okay. And then I just hit record and all of a sudden you just see numbers and it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just like, I'm just tired of talking about it. We're just going to have to do it. We're just going to have to improv. So welcome to Slice Squad Spills. I am your host, Nick. Hi, I'm your host. What was that? I'm your host, Nikki. I'm your host, Nikki Wildflower, and I'm here with my sister / co-host, Jackie. Hi. So, basically, I abruptly decided that I didn't want to do the last season anymore, like unhinged business advice. And like in true Nikki fashion, I was just like, I think I'll just go home now.
It was literally episode 5. And she's like, this is it. Yeah. This is the end of this one. I'm like, okay, sounds good.
I'm like, I'm over it. On to the next. No more unhinged business advice.
No.
I actually don't want to really give this season a title at all because I think the best episodes come from just living life and then telling people what's happening and like what we're doing and what to do about it. Yeah, that's probably the best bet. So, and then Jackie said, why don't we do like this or that? Would you rather kind of things, which is totally fine too. So
it's going to go rogue in today's episode. And like you said, I feel like the best episodes that we've ever recorded are kind of just us speaking. Like just speaking into what's going on around us in the moment, like what has come up from clients, stuff like that. So I'm excited for a rogue season with no title.
Yeah. Can I tell you kind of the vibe of this week for me has been so far, like
sure,
business wise, it's like Layla Hormozi always says, fuck your mood, follow the plan. So when we're business owners, how much of a tendency do we have? Like something's not, oh man, this isn't working. Like there's this roadblock here and like whatever. And then we're just like, you know what? I'm going to try something else.
Yeah, it's pretty
normal.
Mood,
fuck your mood, follow the plan. So like the other day, for example, like some unexpected shit happened. Like we're growing 2 businesses, 3, I don't even know how many businesses simultaneously. And like there's going to be fires to put out every day, like literally every single day. And like, so the other day there were fires to put out and my mom was here visiting and like my mom is a boomer. So, and I'm sorry if you're a boomer, but like, not all boomers, okay, but my mom has the emotional intelligence.
Our mom.
And
I was there too.
No, you weren't for this.
Oh, okay? I left by that point.
So she saw me. Okay. So some stuff went on fire and I'm a firefighter. I'm a CEO. So that's what I do. I put out fires. And my mom goes, our mom, our moms, she did birth both of us. Yes. The way that I dropped her off at the airport and her last words to me were, okay, thank you so much. I had a great time. Calm down. I'll talk to you later.
Oh my God. Really quick, gotta interject here because in my first trimester of pregnancy, I mistakenly only told mom in the very beginning that I was pregnant. Okay. And I was spiraling. I was like fully spiraling. It's really scary. I didn't feel good. You know, I was nervous that something bad was going to happen, whatever. And I call her hysterically crying. And I'm like, I'm just having like a nervous moment where I'm like, you know, I can't tell that I'm pregnant. I don't know. And she's like, okay, calm down. I'm like, Mom, that's not helpful.
Well, like, first of all, like, why would you call her?
Because she was the only one who knew. I called my doctor. They didn't answer.
I didn't know.
No, not yet.
Oh,
you were coming here. So I was waiting to tell you in person. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, Lillian is fun. If you're listening to this and I know some of her friends listen to this. I don't think she really does, funny. But some of her friends do. Anyway, she's a down ass bitch. We love her, but not the best comforter. You're not the best comforter. Okay. So anyway, she goes to me, well, like you gotta be happy. Like you get so stressed out with work. And I'm like, I do get stressed out. And she goes, well, are you happy? I'm like, I mean, that's relative. I was like, sometimes yes. And sometimes no. I was like, but I chose this path in my life and I have an obligation to myself, regardless of how I feel and regardless of what's happening and whether there's fires to put out, to continue to do the things that I know I need to do to grow these businesses. I was like, if I relied on my happiness, I would probably only be working, 2 days a week or so because I'm mentally ill. So we can't rely on that as an indicator of whether or not the stuff needs to get done, Mom. And she's like, okay.
Okay, she's like, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. First of all, she didn't pick up any of that, I'm sure.
Not at all. She's like, so you're just not sipping margaritas every day? Like that,
she's like, all right, whatever you think then. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
She's too much, dude.
so I'm in this mode because I have a tendency when things go wrong to sort of change the plan, because I go into survival mode, and you go into like sort of a reactive, like you go into like sort of a reactive mode. And I'm like, this time, this is on growth. I was like, okay, this is not what I intended to happen.
Right.
And I'm sticking to the plan.
Yeah.
The plan changes not. Nil. Zero.
Yeah. That's like the hardest thing to do.
I think it's that's what I'm like, this, as I look back on the past 3 years, like where we started and where we are now. Last week I read a post, I reposted something that was like, don't call me lucky. I have failed more times than you've tried. Because it's true. I make decisions so fast. And I just
really do faster than any. You want to know what my client yesterday? I was talking to one of my clients, and like one of my massage clients. She's like, any good trips coming up? I'm like, well, I just got back from visiting my sister, and she's like, visiting your sister? I thought your sister lived on the East Coast. I'm like, oh, she moved to. She's like, she moved to. Yeah, she just does things. Like, she just makes decisions and she moves on them, and I think that's why she's so successful. Is like literally what I said. Yeah.
But it's also why I get punched in the face over and over again.
Right.
Like, I chose a path in life where I'm super willing to take risks as an entrepreneur and as a person. Like, I'm super willing to take risks. I'm super willing to fail. I am not willing to give up, and I am not willing to stay stagnant. So you have to decide, when you look at me and you're like, oh, I want to be like Nikki, you have to decide, because this shit is so hard.
You got to say, I'm willing to go through the trials and tribulations that it takes to get to that level, and continue to say yes, like take risk, even when there's fear, even when there's what ifs, like take action and allow that action to unfold in the way that it does. And sometimes, like, listen, I've been by your side this whole time here. It's sometimes those actions that you take really fast, or like those shifts, hey, and this is all love, my friend. But
they don't always work.
Those decisions you make, I'm like, oh no, it's happening. It's gotten better. I gotta say, it's gotten better. But there have definitely been moments where I know that, like, I'm like, she's panic shifting, and I'm riding the wave with her, because I'm the president, I'm not the CEO. I can give my advice, but sometimes she's like, I'm not asking for your opinion. I'm making this decision. And
so when I panic shift, that's the worst thing. That's being reactive. And so the personal growth that I've done this year is not to panic shift. It's like, okay, just stick with the plan. Okay. You know what works. Stick with the plan.
You're just like, wit. Stick with it.
Stick with it. Stick with it.
And you've even allowed now, I think even on growth too, I've noticed that, like, in the past, reactivity was like panicky, spirally now. And then you would like, now we got to do this, and this is what we have to do to me. Right. And now you're like, I'm panicking, not feeling great, or not panicking. Like I'm spiraling, not feeling great. In this moment, I'm like, do you want advice? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, go away, turn your computer off for like fucking 10 minutes and go away. And then come back, like regroup for a second, because whatever you're going to do right now is probably going to be impulsive as shit. And it's not going to be helpful. But also, you work well in a state of panic. I don't. I cry in a state of panic.
Yeah, no, I just go into like full action mode, beast mode is what I do.
You really do.
But it's not like sustainable. So it's like I can literally like go full force for like 5 days straight, and then I'm going to be in a
burnt potato. Your nervous system goes full force in, and then your nervous system's like, okay, me tired.
Yeah. But like, I'm made for the chaos, right? Like,
I know.
I'm the kind of person who, if I didn't have, like, realistically, there are days where I'm like, I'm going to go just bartend or be a server again. Like, this is like, I'm fucking out. I don't want to even think about work when I'm not at work anymore. Or I'm just going to go full time at the salon and call it good. Like, I do not need 60 people relying on me. I just drooled everywhere. Wait, does lip gloss make you drool? Because it does me.
You've asked me this before, and the answer for me is no. I think that's a you problem.
Why does it make me drool? I don't understand.
Couldn't tell you.
No, it's like maybe when it's on, like my mouth doesn't work right anymore.
You're thinking too much about the way you're moving your mouth and talking because of the lip gloss. Not sure, girl, but best of luck with that.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, anyway, so I drooled, but I get excited, and yeah, where were we?
I don't remember because you distracted me.
We're never going to get back on track now.
No, so you were talking about, you were made for the chaos. You were made for the chaos. That was the point.
Like, I was made for the chaos.
You don't actually want to go live a simple life is the thing.
No. Like, I had all these like affirmations. It's so funny. I go and I look back. You ever go into like your Pinterest and you scroll back like 10 years and you're like,
I'm not a Pinterest girl, but yeah, other
what was on her mind? And I had like a quote there 10 years ago that was like, well, I had a few things quoted there. Okay. One of them was, it's okay to be okay with a simple life. I was trying to convince myself of that. Because it like wasn't like I wasn't okay with it, and I was trying to make myself okay with it.
Right.
And then the other one said, "I've never been a millionaire, but I just know I'd be darling at it."
You were ready. You were trying to get I always said that, like, an affirmation I always said is like, I'm gonna be really successful. I don't quite understand how yet, because I was just like a massage therapist, just a massage therapist. I hate that. Take that back. No, but that's what I considered myself in my mind. I had like limiting beliefs around the fact that I was just a massage therapist, and I was like embarrassed to say it. So I always lead with something else. Like, oh, I'm a manager and a yoga instructor and teacher and a massage therapist. Like, I don't know what my beef was.
Well,
now, like, I know.
I went through that too with hair, because, and it's just things that like people say. I think
society.
That just build up over time. Yeah. So, but also I want you to know that I'm not that darling at it.
No, I mean, you're great, but like, you're really so spirally.
It's like, like everyone's just much. Like, it really doesn't do what you think it's going to do. That's the thing.
Money doesn't do anything really for you. Well, that's very privileged.
Not true.
Wait, hold on. Not that.
No, once you pass a certain threshold of comfort, it doesn't do anything for you. It allows you to be more generous. It allows you to like make different choices, but it does not. And I just like, I refuse to believe that was the case. But like, and for a minute I was like, I want to live lavish and stuff. Like, it doesn't do anything for me.
It doesn't make you happy.
Everything, it just becomes the normal. And then your baseline happiness is just exactly where you are. So like, you could be overlooking the ocean and from your balcony and still be absolutely miserable. So it's like, how do you find a balance between that? Balance doesn't exist for me yet, just so we're clear. But
that's my intention for this year. That's like what I'm all about, is because for the past several years, I've lived in a state of fight or flight and chaos. And like, while grieving and all of the things, I just threw myself fully into like distraction mode. But like, because I love to work, right? So it's a distraction for me in a positive way, but it turned into like, my nervous system once things slowed down, my nervous system didn't know what to do. And I would like panic. I was anxious just from like there not being chaos. And I'm like, nah, I have to find a balance in my life. Also, being pregnant, you're forced. I'm fucking forced. I have to rest. And I'm sure motherhood will do the same thing, in a sense, right? And finding balance is when you're so used to working in chaos and like living in chaos and thriving in chaos, which I personally feel like I thrive in chaos as well. Like, I'm a cry and then I'm going to figure it the F out. And I love that challenge. I love to solve problems, but it's not sustainable. It's just not. There's got to be moments in your life where you're like able to take a step back and say, look around you and what's happening, like, live in gratitude in the moment, in the day that you're in. Like, I had that at the farmer's market when we were all together this weekend with mom and the kids. Like, here we are. And so I feel like you've got more balance than you have.
No, okay. So here's the thing. And I think a lot of that comes from acceptance, right? So like, I have spent the better part of like the past 2 years being obsessed with like, how can I be overly abundantly joyful, balanced, healthy brain, also super successful, a great CEO, a great leader, like all this stuff. And it's like, that's not necessarily possible for me right now. Like even going on vacation is not, fully going on vacation is not possible for me. That's okay. Like I was talking to my therapist about this last night. Like I do a lot of inner work and like she affirmed me yesterday. She's like, the way that you have been communicating lately, the way that you've been super self-aware, the way that you understand your reactivity and what triggers you and stuff like that has grown so much like in the past year. And that's huge. But I was like, so I'm just upset that I know I'm going on vacation next week to my favorite place, to Disney, and I can't unplug. I literally can't.
Not for a week, no.
No. And she's like, so stop putting that pressure on yourself.
And to I'm like, unplug. Like, yeah. I must unplug and
like,
be. Yeah.
She's like, who told you that you have to fully be on vacation? Right. Like, that does not exist for you right now at this point in your life.
Right.
And I'm like, it doesn't. And she's like, so what you can do is say, hey, I want to be here with you guys. I just need you to know that like I can be present for an hour and then I'm going to need to take little half-hour breaks and work. But like, I don't want to miss out. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hang out with you guys for an hour, be fully present, and then I'm going to take a 30-minute work break. And then I'm going to hang out with you guys for an hour, and then I'm going to take a 30-minute work break. And I need you guys to all be okay with that because that's what I can give right now.
This way you're not like 50-50 in and out, like trying to work in a moment of everyone's hanging out. And now I'm pivoting and shifting here. Like, I love that idea.
So it's like setting that expectation because I was putting all this, like, I know that I'm not going to be able to be fully present because I still have to work. And like, we're not in a place where I could take, like, we're just not in a place where I could take 5 days off.
7 days off. Yeah.
7 days off. And I'm okay with that. I think I put pressure on myself because of other, maybe like what I perceive as other people's judgment, like, oh, can't she just not work for a minute? And I don't want to not work. It won't sit right with me anyway. So I'm not promoting hustle culture at all. Like it's not everything. For those of you, like if you're anything like me, like it's not chill at all. Like if you've chosen a path similar, this is not what I help our clients do, by the way. Like I genuinely
No, this is only like as a CEO of a startup. Honestly, it's
two
ask
startups.
any CEO of multiple startups, really. Yeah.
And so, she's like, listen, like so my therapist and she works with a lot of like I don't know. She's like high performing people. I hate saying that, but like she works with a lot of CEOs and stuff like that. And she's like, and this is what we do to balance them because it's not possible for you. You cannot be a CEO of a startup, a growing business and just unplug like that. And this is not for everybody. If it were for everybody, everybody would do it. I chose this. I chose hard. Okay. And I'm totally cool with that. And the more that I can accept that, the better it is for me. So here's what I'm saying. This is not what I always like. Our clients are like, I got a letter yesterday. You changed my life. I'm working less. I'm earning more. I have this balance. And I always laugh and I'm like, I work 100 hours a week, so you can work 25.
Yeah. But my hands look like this so that your hands can look like this.
But no, it makes me so happy to see like this isn't what I want for other people. Like I'm a fucking lunatic.
You're a freak.
I am an absolute freak of nature. So is Alyssa. Like we're both out of our minds.
I know. You two are crazy bananas. Both of you. I've got the hustle in me, but not quite like that. I got to be honest. I got to move a little slower than both of you.
Well, it's not healthy. We both acknowledge that. So, but I mean, that's why we're business partners because we're both bananas and like it just is. But that's not going to be right for most people. So, but what I want you to do is like be more realistic about what it actually takes to have like the groundwork that needs to be put in to have the business that you actually want. So like, for example, if I were not fully booked with the clients that I wanted to be booked with, I would literally spend 4 hours a day outreaching, ads, marketing, focusing on that. And most people like just don't quite understand what it takes. So like I make it a habit of mine. I am in my DMs all the time. If you guys ever DM me, like I'm in there.
It'd truly be her answering you.
So for the most part, like sometimes I have my assistant answer like simple questions, stuff like that. But like I'll go in and I'll voice note and I'll like, and I'm always in there. I live in there. Okay. And I love sending voice notes to people and just like hearing what's going on and like adding value for stylists and salon owners and just business people in general. And so one of the things that someone said to me is like, I've been marketing, but it doesn't work. This is not a client. Like our clients understand like on a deeper level how to market. But this person was like, I just like nothing works. And I'm like, well, can I take a look? And I go and I look at their Facebook page and it's just like, it's just at once a week them posting their availability. And I said,
that's not going to work, my love.
I said, posting your availability is not marketing. I said, and I mean this with like the utmost love, but posting your availability is not marketing. Marketing is getting people to see the value in what you do and them wanting to take action because of that. It's going to take so much more than you posting your availability to grow your business. Are you willing to do it for the long-term payoff? So for example, and then I had another person in the DM say, I just don't understand how you could help me. I've got it all figured out. I don't have a single client.
Right.
Wait,
I
no.
love when people have got it all figured out.
No, she was really. She was literally so mean. I was like she asked me for advice and then goes, I just like don't even like see how you could possibly help somebody get clients in their chair. She's like, I would never invest in my education like that. Okay. That's what she said. She's she's like, I know everything that I know. And I was like, then why have you not had a single client in 2 months of starting at your new location? So, that's fine. I don't care because like, if you're going to come at me like that, then by all fucking means.
We're not a good fit anyway at that point. Like if you're going to be rude from the jump, I don't want to work with you. Period.
Well, why would you be mean to me? I'm trying to help. And I didn't even ask her for money at all. I was like literally just trying to help.
Giving her free advice. And she's like, honestly, fuck you.
I know everything. And I'm like, I'm so happy for you. And she just goes, no, I've never had to pay for education before. And I'm like, well, how has that worked out for you?
Great. Like,
well, how has that worked out for you? Are you even close to your goals? No, she's not. And that's okay. Like, I'm not saying there is so much information out there. Like
there's a lot of free information for sure.
You're not lacking information. Yeah. It's not that. Like no one's lacking information. They're lacking focus on the right shit.
Right.
They're lacking
strategy. Yeah, they're focusing. Yeah. They're lacking strategy and accountability for the most part.
Yeah, not information. You could read all the books you want. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So basically she was saying like, you have the audacity to charge for I'm like, what would make you think that somebody who spends hundreds of thousands of dollars on education and mentorship per year, that you should have full access to my brain and strategy for free?
Right.
Where's the energetic exchange there?
That's a no, baby. That's not even mentioning the fact that there's plenty of free stuff that you do offer, like more than plenty.
I get so much free value. It's like I'm to the point where I'm like, if you are not able to come into our services in consulting or the extension certification, that's cool. Here is like so much free shit that you can. I spit.
You spit again?
Yeah.
Stop being nasty.
Here is so much free information that you can use to start growing to get there. Yeah, so like
absolutely.
Again, like we're not talking like a course library full of potato bananas and then you figure it out on your own. Like I'm like, when people come into our services, I'm giving you our team is giving you an actual strategy. Here is your business. This is your goal. And this is exactly how you're going to get here. Now go do this first, then this, then this, then this, then this.
I've compared it to like personal trainers in comparison to just going to the gym and going rogue and trying to hold yourself accountable to that. Like having a personal trainer who actually, and like a nutritionist combination who give you like your diet plan, what to eat day to day, exactly how to work out. They work out alongside you. Like that's kind of what our consultants do for business owners. They're like personal trainers for business. It's the best thing. They hold you accountable. Yeah. It's not just a digital program. It's like, you're going to get the works, baby.
But like I have
there's
that
digital programs. Yeah.
I'm like literally. So like I've heard people say like Nikki is out of control. Like the prices. I'm like, no, literally. Like I have a free YouTube channel.
Right.
I have a free podcast, and I have a course library that will help you grow for literally free for a week, and then $16 a month. So not everybody wants to come in and grow their business like the way that
we're gonna make sure you do. We want you to do. Yeah.
I want you to. Like I want you to want that. I really do. Not everybody wants
it.
I want you to change your life, but not everybody's ready for that. You'll never be ready for it, by the way. But
well, yeah, no, ready is a potato word. Forget that. You're not ready. If you have a yearning to be really successful and grow, and like growth is one of your core values, if you were to like list out your top 5 core value words and growth is one of them, then you're probably a good fit. But if that's not, like, if comfort is one of your core value words, that's fine too, but not going to happen with us.
And so sometimes I'll take a call with a stylist and they'll be like, okay, so what's like one of the examples of this? They're like, I want to do this, but I'm really scared. And you know what I say? Like, I just don't know. I'm so scared. Like, it's a lot of money. And I'm like, yeah, good.
Scared. Good.
And they're like, what do you mean good? And I'm just like, it's good that you're scared. Because like, as a mentor, as somebody who's like committed to helping you grow, comfort is the last thing that I want you to feel in this journey, because it's not what makes changes in your business. So like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every step of the way isn't going to be scary. I'm going to tell you that you're going to have support. I'm going to tell you that like, you're not the first person to work this path, that you're going to have support, that you're going to have community, but I cannot tell you you're going to be comfortable. I wouldn't be doing my job.
Ain't no way. Something that you mentioned before I want to go back to, because it really like stuck with me. Like, you put a lot of pressure on yourself last year, I think you said, to find this like balance and be like a mindful, healthy, balanced CEO and all of the things, and go to the gym, and like all of those things are great and can be true. When you create, so like innately you are growth driven, like wanting to achieve, like an achievement driven person, right? And when you put pressure on the balance and the joy and the health, it's just another to-do list, or another, like, it's work. I bring this up because I was talking to my therapist. This was last year. I'm like, and I don't feel normal. I don't feel like I can like relax. And like, I built an office that to do breath work in and to do yoga in, and I never use it. And I don't understand why. And she's like, she's like, can you remind me the name of the room that your yoga mat sits in? I'm like, it's an office. She's like, okay. And like, and what word comes after breath? I'm like, work. She's like, right. Because I was putting so much pressure on myself to do these things to keep my mind and my body healthy so that I could work better, right? And then that was becoming like a never ending, looming, I'm not good enough thought, and I need to be achieving these things as well in order to be achieving these things better. And it ended up just putting me into a negative spiral. And I think it would put anyone into a negative spiral, to not give yourself just some like grace and some free will. Like, blocking out your schedule and time blocking is amazing. Like, maybe you could just put a block for an hour. It's like, excellently use my free will. Like, whatever the fuck you want to do. How about that? That's a balanced life, right? Or like, be present, unplug for 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be. Look the people in front of you in the eyes. Look around you. Again, like, what is actually happening around you right now? When you find yourself like totally outside of this moment and in a different one, focusing on like, well, I just wanted to do breath work today. It's like, okay, well, you didn't. So let's just be here right now in this moment, or just go upstairs and do it then. Like, those are your choices. Talk to yourself like a fucking toddler. Here are your choices. Go do the breath work, or sit here and be happy with this. And that, like, that's really it. You know, you don't have to think about every single thing. You don't have to think every single thing into the ground.
Yeah. I'm like, must go to the gym
Not
every
helpful.
day because this person says so. Must wake up at 4:30 and go to the gym. Must not watch Netflix. Must eat like a perfect, healthy little angel, or I couldn't possibly be a good CEO or good mom.
Yeah. And bad, because it's like, what the fuck? Take some pressure off, you know?
Yeah. So I just like, you know what? No, you can be a good business person and still watch Netflix. Okay. Yeah. Like, if you're going to sit here and tell me that I have to give up Love is Blind
isn't good, then you're going to be lying.
You could literally eat shit. Like
I love that shit. You want to know what? And sometimes for people like us who are constantly in our minds achieving, problem solving, like working a lot, right? Watching a reality TV show, that's potato time. Like, that's time for us to unplug and say, like, this is, my brain can go to mush and it's very entertaining, but I don't have to fully pay attention to anything. I don't have to solve any problems. I just get to kind of be a judgmental person on my couch eating potato chips right now. And that is okay. Those people put themselves on TV to be judged.
You know what? I still work when I watch Love is Blind because it's like it doesn't require me to fully pay attention.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But, there are certain shows that you don't have.
And I like that, but it definitely gives me a little bit of like balance. So anyway, that's what we're talking about. This is not unhinged business advice. This is like just unhinged, period. And I'm glad that you guys are with us for another season. I hope that this resonated with you and that you got some like little inklings of, what am I trying to say?
That we offered value?
Offered value. Yeah. I hope that this offered value to you.
Something away that this landed in any capacity, or maybe it was entertaining and valuable. Hopefully it was both.
Also, I'm going to put your number. I'm going to put my number, our number, the company number that I usually answer in the description. So just text anything.
Whoever you are. Yeah, just
anything that you feel like you need advice on. It's like Nikki's advice line. No, anything that you feel like you need help with or you're struggling with, or like you potentially want to grow or explore consulting or explore something else, or you feel like you're stuck in a specific area of your business, literally just text that number that I'm going to put in the description and we'll answer, give you advice, give you value, and take it from there.
Heck yeah. Talk to you there, baby.
Subscribe. We don't do any commercials. We don't do anything like that. So
share, review.
All of those things help us. Share it with a friend. All of those things will help us keep going and keep giving you value. So thank you so much. Super grateful for all of you. Have a great day and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Slice Squad Spills. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe, leave a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback is going to help us improve and attracts more listeners to the show. Please share with your fellow time slicers. And hey, if you're ready to optimize your time and double your income, we've got you covered.